slowly whittled away with each crossing of a cobbled sector. And when we reached 20 kilometers from the finish, there still remained the fearsome Confin-Pével and Carrefour de l'Arbre, two of the most difficult sectors that often prove to be decisive, and for which riders must have kept some energy in reserve despite their exertions. Finally, if several contenders for victory still remain, it will have to be decided on a sprint in the Roubaix Velodrome, as is the case since 1943.
The gap is widening. It's now over 2 minutes. The breakaway has got more than a good lead. The pack is going to have to react. The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed. pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway. The pack is beginning to cut the lead. They really are moving. The pack can't get strung out too far, or it's going to start breaking up. Radio Tour has announced a flat tire for a rider. They're moving along at a fair lick. You've just got to hang on. Another race will now begin as we're getting close to Troisville, the first cobbled section. The pace is really hot, so for the moment, we shouldn't see too many attacks. Flat tire! It always happens at the wrong moment. A rider has just suffered a puncture. And here are the dreaded cobblestones. I know several riders who would prefer to be at home in front of the telly. There's a mass crash in the back, but it doesn't look too serious. The lead is being cut. It looks like the pack has bitten the dust collectively, but the riders would seem to be okay to carry on. Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should pay more attention to their choice of tires. That looks like a really bad fall. It's a shame, but he's not going any further. Somebody's come a cropper in the pack. Thank goodness everyone else escaped unhurt. A rider has just dropped out. No doubt he'd run out of gas. There's a sustained rhythm at the moment. Some riders definitely won't be able to keep up. A symbolic kilometer as we go through the halfway stage of the race. Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed. Over the cobbled sections, a rider has to up his awareness to avoid falling, and those that are on their last legs don't have the necessary physical resources to do so. A fall has just happened in the peloton. Several riders are on the ground. Watch out, a team leader is falling behind. The riders have to have their wits about them on this dangerous section. You never know what's going to happen on cobblestones. They're moving along at a fair lick. You've just got to hang on. Yet another flat tire. It seems to be catching. There are two schools of thought on riding cobbled sections. Some will try to stay in the middle, while others will take to the sides, practically on the grass. Oh my, the guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today. A fall just took place in the pack. Several riders are on the ground. Another flat tire. A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group. There's a mass crash in the pack, but it doesn't look too serious. Several riders are on the ground, but it doesn't look too serious. So this is the last third of the race. Anyone who is gunning for victory has got to make a move fairly soon. There's another rider with a puncture. The sides of the road are not a tire's best friend. The pack has just reeled in the escape group. That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous. The riders really have to be vigilant on this cobbled section. The vibrations really take it out of you. There's a collective fall with several riders on the ground. We can only hope that they all get back up. Another flat tire. Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind. There's another rider with a puncture. The sides of the road are not a tire's best friend. I think I saw a few riders on the ground. He crashed off and he's not getting up. Oh, I hope it isn't too serious. Yet another flat tire. It seems to be catching. It's always best to be in the lead when going into cobbled sections. Breaks in the peloton can happen at any moment. There's reports of a group of riders taking a tumble, but apparently they all managed to set off again.
Sagan goes onto the attack. Acceleration by Peter Sagan.
He's given up. That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous. A group of riders has come a cropper, but they all look ready to set off again. Watch out, a team leader is falling behind. Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should pay more attention to their choice of tires. This year, some sections have seen their cobblestones refurbished, but I can assure you that it doesn't mean renewed. They still remain a significant difficulty.
Counter-attack by Peter Sagan.
Another flat tire. Some cobbled sections are very narrow, so it's important to be well positioned to avoid falls or breaks in the peloton. It's an attack! Only a few riders are capable of following the very fast pace up front. One thing's for sure when it comes to cobbled sections, there will always be a fight at the front as the riders enter. It's vital to be at the front to avoid falls or breaks in the peloton. We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Counter-attack by John Degenkolb.
A rider is down, and he's not going to be able to carry on. Let's hope it doesn't jeopardize the rest of his season. We've just learned of a fall. Let's hope that all riders will get up quickly. A rider is down!
Mijn ding moet in het droog zitten. Moet er even op.
10 kilometers remaining. Again! An attack is launched! The group has to break apart!
Counter-attack by John Degenkolb.
Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should pay more attention to their choice of tires.
Attack by Saga.
5 kilometers remaining. You see that? You can read the pain on the faces at the back of the peloton. There's a growing number of riders left behind. And there goes the mad burst for the final sprint. He managed the sprint like a master of his craft. He was certainly the fastest today. We're waiting for the back markers, who appear to be fairly numerous in this difficult race. Withdrawal of a rider. He seemed to have neither the energy nor the courage to keep going. We've selected the following highlights for you.